Hello and welcome to another reading. This is going to be a reading using this Dragon Wisdom Oracle card deck for the first message of the reading, and we're going to get into it with some tarot and other oracle as well. As always, you choose your pile or choose your card to begin the reading. So we have the first one with the citrine, the second one with the quartz crystal, the third one with the smoky quartz, and then the fourth one here with the dragon stone. So you can choose based on the stone, or I'm also going to turn over the cards. Some people like to choose intuitively, others like to see the images to finally make a decision. So here we go. The first one here is Destiny. So this one's very rainbowy. Rainbows can be significant. This message will be about what you feel is your destiny. Something like brewing under the surface is what I'm getting with this. The second one is peace. So this dragon looks very peaceful. I mean, as far as dragons can be peaceful, but yeah, I feel like this is about you being protected. So a lot of the energy I'm feeling behind the readings today is dragons as a guide. So I feel like whoever finds this message is drawn into dragons as like a spirit animal or a protective force around them, all right? So even though it is a dragon, I feel like this is a guide that is protecting your peace or helping you to find inner peace is what I'm getting. The third one here is companions. So more colorful energy here. So this is about finding your tribe. I feel like this will have something to do with you kind of finding your place amongst people. Or it can be also, I'm getting like understanding dragon energy more in your guides. That could definitely be, because I'm kind of seeing this now as you being protected or communicating with spirit, your guides, your angels, your ancestors, and the dragons. All right. And the fourth one here, prayer. All right, so the fourth one will be about if you've recently done a prayer specifically, I feel like too, this will be significant, or it could be a call to do more prayer, but we'll have to see as we get into each of the messages. So find your video in the description below or in the timestamp, and I will see you in your reading. So this is reading number 1 with Destiny, and this is like giving the energy of today is the day, or fate is in your hands. You get to decide from this point forward. I feel like Spirit is really saying this, or the dragons, your dragon guide is saying, take control of your life from this point forward. And you know what's neat is I was not planning to use this deck, but this was calling to me. This is the Druid Craft Tarot. I went to go get water as I paused, and then I saw this deck, and this goes very well with dragons. So this is the Seven of Swords on the bottom. I feel like this is significant. This is about deception. And I feel like this is you have deceived yourself about your power, because this message is coming through strong that you are very powerful and you have a lot of say in your life and how things turn out for you. So let's take this one. I am going to shuffle them up though and see. So yeah, Seven of Swords is like, where have you been lying to yourself about your power is what I feel like. Ace of Pentacles reversed, because I feel like you want this new beginning. You want this new beginning for sure. It's calling to you. I feel like you already know that. This one on the bottom is also calling to me to pull. Two of Swords. Yeah, this is the crossroads energy. So you have a decision on which pathway you want to take. Maybe you felt paralyzed to make a decision in the past. You might have felt like a fear of making the wrong decision. But if you're not making a decision, you're still making a decision to stay where you are. So somebody needs to hear that today. And I don't believe you want to stay where you are. You know you're being guided to something else. Seven of Wands, so 7, 7. I'm going to put this one over here, I feel like. Try and make some room. 7 of Wands reversed. Yeah, I feel like you've let down your guard a bit with Spirit or with your guides here, because you're like, yes, there's something new calling me. And also this has to do with your power, as I said. So you're coming to terms with the fact that you can change things. And so 7s could be a significant number. 3 of Cups reversed. See here, I feel like you could have also blamed outside circumstances or people about why you were not getting what you wanted. And maybe you did, to be honest, like depend on others to maybe help you through. And Spirit was saying, no, we're not going to do that, because that's outsourcing your power, right? Or that's like relying on externals in order to move forward to this new beginning. And you're not meant to do that anymore. I feel like that's coming through strongly. We also have the Ace of Cups. So new beginning again, new beginning energy again, which is, this one has to do with more like love and your heart. Sorry, it's not really showing all the cards because these are bigger cards. So I feel like you felt like you have to choose between your heart and what's secure, stable with this Ace of Pentacles. But I'm getting that this isn't the case, right? I feel like when you follow your heart, you will also get material provision. I feel like that's just how it's going to go down. Four of Swords reversed. You do need to rest more at this time. Let me show you it upright too, because I know you guys like the images. You need to take a time out is what I'm getting, and just rest. And the Four of Swords is also knowing that you're protected by your ancestors and your guides, for sure. You have that protection around you, and you need to remember that and like tap into that, tune into that to see that you're not totally alone. You know, you're not. I feel like you're realizing that, but you are also realizing that you have responsibility to make this choice. It's going to fall on you. Even if you get guidance, right? You still have your free will, so it will ultimately be up to you. I'm going to use the Pulp Tarot now for some more confirmation. Let's just put that there. So what else does this viewer need to know? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to realize what you want to invest in, because this is about investing and like being patient as well. And maybe it's also a little bit about right now, this current energy of being patient with yourself as you make a decision. Like I'm getting the energy like there's no need to rush. Maybe you feel like there's only a certain amount of time that you can, you know, take to decide or contemplate things. And with this guy like touching his head like that, just feels like you may have struggled with a lot of overthinking or headaches. It's just taken the joy from you is what I'm seeing with the Three of Cups reversed. This pressure that you put on yourself. And I feel like it's because so many things are closing out for you that you are ready for something new so badly that you're a little bit like struggling with timing and patience here. So there is this message coming through of you have time, be patient. Four of Swords again. Rest. You need to rest. That's the thing. And resting is going to actually ironically bring it like closer to you. It's going to call it in faster. And we tend to think resting is counterproductive or counterintuitive. I don't know. I'm getting that. Some of you may feel that way, but it's really like you need to rest in order to be clear, like having your mind clear so that you know. Because I feel like you struggle with trusting yourself. The Emperor reversed. So you need to step into some more power and confidence. I feel like in this new chapter, whatever's coming in for you with your destiny, you create that. So I'm seeing that you're going to be more in power here, not at the mercy of others. Page of Cups reversed, Eight of Pentacles. So you do have to put in the work. But still, I feel like you're wrestling with which direction do I go? And Page of Cups is signs and synchronicities. It's also magic and love and miracles it can be. So right now, maybe you're just... I'm getting to like closing off a little bit from that because maybe you've seen things not go right in the past or not the way you wanted them to. So in a way, it's a good thing though. I feel like Spirit has brought you back to your own power, as I keep saying, and what you can work on. So maybe in a way, it's a good thing. I'm not getting that like you're closed off entirely from the spirit world. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying rather than outsourcing your power, you're kind of realizing your power and what to do with that Eight of Pentacles energy. Yeah, that's very beautiful to see. Still very positive. Like Page of Cups, it can also mean opening up more to possibilities, but I don't feel like you're at that stage right now. I feel like you need to rest and sort of like close out some kind of chapter here before you're ready to open up to new, like to spirit in a new way. I feel like you're ready for a new beginning. Let's see what else. The Seven of Wands reversed again. So I love how we're getting the double confirmation here. So this is definitely about letting your guard down. The time will come soon that you're going to have to do that with spirit, but it will be like a whole new level. I feel like your spiritual journey is going to look so vastly different from whatever you've experienced up to this point. Yeah, it feels like you'll be surprised. That's why this is reversed too, because I feel like you have kind of given up in a way, or in a sense, on spirit, or something about your beliefs here when it comes to spirituality. And I feel like once you sort of like let go of this overload or like this heavy load you're carrying, you're going to be pleasantly surprised that something is going to be there to catch you. So I don't know if you believe in dragons as a guide, or you're drawn into dragons for a reason anyway, if you chose this reading. Nine of Cups reversed. Wherever there's been unhappiness, this is what you want to change. I'm seeing with the two aces. Eight of Cups, walking away from things that don't serve you. Let's get a couple more. Three of Wands reversed. That's the fear. So that could be to do with the overthinking here, like the fear of coming out of your comfort zone. Ace of Wands now. Inspiration. I feel like new inspiration is going to hit. And I keep getting like you're going to be surprised. Like it's some kind of part of you that you've never tapped into in your consciousness, but it will come when you let your defenses down. And I just think that's going to be different time for different of you, so I can't really give an exact timing of when this is going to happen. I am feeling like a week though with all the sevens. We've got a lot of sevens, so 777, don't we have that already? Yeah, 777. And we have the 3 aces, so 111. I'm getting that as 111 could be a number for you, as well as for a confirmation. And the 2 4 of swords, so you definitely need to rest, because there's a lot of new energy. It's like brewing. I can feel it. It's like bubbling under the surface kind of feeling, you know? But it is very much to do with your power with the Emperor, you stepping into your power in order to create this, because you are the creator of your reality. And you're learning that on like a massive level, I feel like, that your destiny is in your hands and you're very much more powerful than you know. So I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like just with the emotions too, I'll just say there's something to let go of because it's not bringing happiness. So yeah, there's some other offer when it comes to love here, and it can be from the divine. It can be from a person. I think it could be both for whoever's seeing this. I feel like you'll have this newfound enlightenment or something like that with spirit, and it's going to open a lot of doors for you. That's what I'm seeing, and that could be love. One of them could be love. All right, so I am going to leave it at that, and I will see you in the next video. If you like and subscribe, of course, hit that notification bell if you want to get more readings if you haven't subscribed already. And if you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, the links are in my bio. So this is reading number 2 with the message of peace. So I feel like you're very protected right now. If you've been feeling not at peace, this could also be finding you when you're really craving for some inner peace. I feel a heavy protection energy, and also like the message that you need to protect your peace is coming through. So I'm using the Druid Craft Tarot deck. So let's see, 4 of Swords reversed. You can rest, okay? You can rest knowing that you are protected. That is the message coming through. Maybe you've been fighting this battle alone, or you've been fighting for this peace somehow. I'm seeing that. You need to allow space for energetic protection, you know, spiritual protection, believing that that is happening for you at all times, but also there could be some things you need to do to protect your peace more. Let's get into it. Ace of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like there is this new offer coming in from the divine as it's coming from the clouds, you know, it's coming from the heavens. It does feel like maybe the reason why this hasn't come in yet is because there's something about you needing to protect your energy from certain people. I am picking that up. 7 of Cups. I feel like you're ready. Like this is indecision when it's upright, because it's reversed. It feels like you are ready. You're not wavering or having any like emotional attachment to an ending here. It feels like you are ready for closing out something major, and this kind of goes along with the first message as well. So if you're drawn to both, they both could hold a message for you. Queen of Swords reversed is about those boundaries. Now we just got the rev of the truck outside, so it sounds like a dragon. Oh my goodness. This is your boundaries. So I feel like that's significant. It's like you need to have your boundaries up when this blessing comes in, because I feel like you're heading into something new with finances or stability, and you don't want to have certain energies in your life when this comes in. That's what I'm getting. So there is a little bit of a call to action, you know, from your spirit team to say you need to be confident as well in the truth of who you are. That's what I'm getting, and the truth of what you want. And don't let anybody fuck with this, okay? I'm getting that you do not want them to be doing so, and you're needing to, maybe, I don't know why I said meaning. It feels like there is a meaning to why this hasn't come through. That could be significant. I don't know why I said that. It just feels like there was a meaning for why I said that. But there is a need to protect yourself, okay? A needing to stand up for yourself if the occasion arises that, you know, in the past, maybe you would have let things slide. I feel like your spirit team is saying you need to protect your peace. So if that means coming off as a bitch or coming off as harsh, that the Queen of Swords can sometimes be portrayed as icy cold, you have to not care about that, I feel like. And I feel like you're pretty much there. I feel like you're ready, or you know that you need to do that. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. So this is about your money. Things haven't been positive, like flowing with your finances here. And it is because there's a little bit of this inner work to do. You know, no shame or guilt. Don't go into that vibration. But this is saying there is some negative energy around wealth and having more. I feel like this is because of a worthiness wound. And maybe it does have to do with certain people getting in your ear about your worth. 2 of Pentacles. And yeah, maybe just like finally being secure on this. Like, how do I put it? secure in knowing what you want, or sure of knowing what you want, because maybe you would have wavered back and forth even between two ideas is what I'm seeing, whether that has to do with career or just a pathway that you want to choose. Yeah, this very much ties into the first reading. So you could be like oscillating and trying to juggle too much, even oscillating between two paths. You're kind of resisting something here that might be scary. And I feel like the scarier path is the one that is calling to you more. So take that how it resonates. I'm hearing that. The scarier path, like how this water is all choppy and stormy. But somehow I feel like you need to go this direction that just doesn't seem to make logical sense, maybe. The Ferret. So this is the Temperance card, but it also feels like alchemy. I just had to look at the book for a minute on this because there's interesting interpretations with each deck, and I haven't used this one in a while. So it's like you're alchemizing something, you're creating something new, and you see the rainbow here. That's where I feel like this storm is significant. You're going to have to go through some kind of storm or a period of, I don't want to say it like difficulty, but it could be a little bit difficult, the path that you choose, and it's going to have some difficulties, but you're strong enough to face it too, and you can alchemize whatever it is that's not feeling good. You can make it into something beautiful. There's that rainbow there. So that's like the rainbow after the storm is what I'm getting. And let's get one more for this Queen of Swords energy. The Princess of Swords. So this is the Page of Swords. Yeah, there are people around you that do not want you to maybe even leave them in the past, because this is, when it's reversed, it's gossip energy. Okay, and it can be even within yourself, like some kind of blockage in your mind. A little bit. For some of you it might be, but I'm really channeling it's other people. But it could be a little bit of a blockage in your mind about knowing what you need to do, but not wanting to face the trial, not wanting to face this water trial or this storm. So there could be a little bit of a blockage there. But if you want to leave that past behind, the Tower, then it's going to come with some of this energy, right? It's natural. It's destruction for further growth. That's what the Tower is. So it feels horrible. It feels like it's the end, but it's not the end. It's just the necessary shakeup to bring you into this more peaceful era. So yeah, interesting message. You're going to have to go through a little bit of a storm in order to get this inner peace, because I feel like you're closing out certain cycles with people and even your mindset, right? And I feel like for a lot of you, you overwork yourself, and your spirit team is saying you need to rest, right? And clear your mindset, like your negative mindset around wealth. That's what this 10 of Pentacles reversed is, because you deserve wealth, health, and happiness. And there's something here where you feel like you have to work really hard, and meanwhile spirit is saying no, they just want to bring this in for you intuitively, step by step. And it doesn't have to be like Rome wasn't built in a day. Nothing has to be accomplished all at once. And resting is going to help you to see the pieces. And I think I said that in the first pile too. It's like you're going to see each step, and it doesn't have to be all at once. Princess of Pentacles. It definitely has to do with your talent. Like you're very talented. You're very skilled. This could be a way you want to make money. So you could even be, for some of you, leaving an old job behind. But I feel like either way, if you're not doing this for a career to make money, you need to be using your talents and your skills and your gifts. Your team is saying that for sure. Because you know why? It brings you peace. Even when this is happening, if your life is all like crumbling and things are happening out of your control, you could have this talent to go back to. So I'm seeing creatives in my mind's eye. I'm seeing like musicians, artists, like I'm seeing somebody writing poems or books, like short stories. That could be you. Something about using a skill. Even if it's like, I'm seeing somebody else being a mechanic. Like it could be anything. Something that you get absorbed into where you're not in your fearful mind. You're very much just relaxed doing it. Whatever that is for you. For some of you, it's reading cards. For some of you, it's drawing. Whatever it is, it's something creative. And you're talented at it. So you need to do that just to feel that inner peace when your world is falling apart. I'm definitely getting that. So I'm going to get some more from the Pulp Tarot. That is this deck here. So let's see what it is that you need to know from here. This is a beautiful message. 10 of Cups, happiness, harmony. This is where you're headed. And that rest will bring that about. It will help recharge your battery, But yeah, 10 of Cups with the 4 of Swords. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. So there is some kind of loss with this choice. I feel like, as I was saying, you might have to leave something behind. And I feel like you fear that a little bit, but your mind is pretty much set that you know you need to do this. So do not fear. Strength reversed. Remain strong. This is a reminder to remember why you're choosing this. That's why you need to tap in with resting and meditating more, you know, and transmuting this. You are strong enough to transmute this. The Judgment reversed. You're doing this because you want to be set free. This is like a real creepy depiction of the Judgment card. But yeah, it's freedom. When Judgment is upright, it's like coming to terms with the truth. And that is also the truth of who you are and what you want. And I feel like that just, this new version of you is not anything you've experienced before, nor has anybody else around you. But again, it brings you happiness. So it feels like you're a little bit scared to come out with being your full self or having some kind of revelation about your happiness and what it's going to take to get to that happiness point. And again, I don't feel like it's that as big a deal as maybe you're making it up. What am I making it up? Making it out to be. Yeah, you could be making up scenarios in your head where things are like going a certain way and that's not even going to happen. So it's like you need to set yourself free from whatever are those lies. And they're just imaginations, but they're negative imaginations. The full reverse. And they're stopping you from taking this leap. So you're going to have to do what you have to do, what you want to do, rather, you know, and maybe what you have to do, because I feel like, you know, you have to face some endings. So there's like a lot of conflicting energy. There's the protection, the peace, the relaxation, the harmony, but then there's the tower, the storm, the fear of the new beginning, and the fear of showing yourself. And you really feel like you're lacking strength, but you're not. That's what I'm getting. You're really not. So what else? And if you do feel weak, your spirit team is protecting you. 9 of Swords. So you are dealing with a lot of anxiety. You're definitely somebody who gets in their head a lot. And I said making up, but it's like you go into, because you create with your mind, right? So you could create a scenario where, yes, this is going to be super difficult and, oh, this is never going to end, or how's this going to work out? And, you know, whatever it may be, you may picture specific scenarios with specific people and conversations, everything. I feel like you do all of that. But the thing is, you can also start focusing your mind on the positive. And that's where you're being protected from your spirit team to really focus on the positive now, especially with this Temperance card. This needs to be alchemized and balanced. This fear of loss, the anxiety of that, of whatever it is that you have to let go of, and then the Strength reverse, feeling like you can't do it, but you really can. I feel like your guides are really saying you can do this. And in your moments of weakness, when you don't feel strong, you can relax and know that your spirit team has your back. You're very protected. Nothing is going to come upon you that you fear. Okay, it's not going to happen. All right, that's where I believe I was saying making it up, because I feel like I was meant to say it that way. That's made up. It's not happening, and it's not going to happen. And even if it happened in the past, it's not going to repeat, and you have to claim that and believe that, okay? So I'm sending you so much love. Please take care of yourselves. Please like and share this video if you feel like it would help somebody else. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the links are in my bio. And if you want more video content such as these messages, then subscribe to the channel and hit your notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. So this is reading number 3 with the Companion's Dragon card. And forgive the lighting, it's been kind of just not as bright as it could be in the day these days, but let's get into it. I feel like you're very protected by spiritual, you know, protection of ancestors, guides, dragons as guides specifically, since this is a dragon reading, and you could feel like you have a badass spirit team. That's what I'm getting. Also, with this message, I was saying in the very beginning that you're going to have people that are your friends, or it's a call to like get out and be amongst friends more. Perhaps you've been working really hard. And I'm going to channel in with the stone too. I didn't really do that for the first 2, but smoky quartz is about protection. So you are protected from negative energy at this time. As I was saying, these are your guides surrounding you, right? And they are fierce guides. You got a badass team of guides, okay? So you can know that. There's a little bit of an energy coming through of distrust of people. You may distrust a lot of people, or you don't feel like they would understand you. But let's get what the tarot is. This is the Druid Craft Tarot. So we have the moon starting out the reading. Yes, okay, so this is the shadowy stuff that's coming to the surface for you to see. When the moon is full too, it's like illumination. So I'm getting that. Something about the full moon is significant here. And maybe the next full moon will be significant for whatever is this massive healing you're undergoing. Because I feel like with all these piles today, there's something about healing and closing out something that's very significant, like something you've been dealing with for a long time. For you, I feel like it's feeling like you might be rejected, okay? That's what I'm getting. 8 of Wands reversed. It's like you don't put yourself out there because you already fear the worst. Okay, so this is coming through a lot of the piles today. If you chose more than one, you might get a similar kind of message or a companion message to whatever you originally first, chose, okay? And I feel like you just kind of close yourself off to good things before they even happen. Or say like you get an invitation somewhere, you kind of just don't go because you already feel like nobody wants you there. It's kind of that energy. So it's like self-sabotage. And I feel like your spirit team is saying you need to have some kind of companionship in your life because they don't want you to get too lonely and go into a dark place. So you could struggle mentally sometimes with, feeling positive. 5 of Pentacles. This is loss and feeling out in the cold. But the thing is, I feel like your guides are saying, if you say no to opportunities, you're always going to feel left out. You need to give something a chance here, but there's something in the shadow that causes you to retreat and pull back every time things maybe start to go good or you start to break this pattern. It's like you go back into this fear here. The 8 of Cups. So yeah, I feel like this is walking away from that. Whatever it was in the past, because I do feel like there's an emotional rejection here. There was some kind of rejection in the past. So let's say this together. The past is in the past. The past need not repeat. That's the thing with this message and the previous message. I believe it was pile number 2. The past doesn't have to be your now, and you can change things for yourself. You don't have to have that mindset anymore. Ace of Swords, that's beautiful. This is about the mind and the power of your mind and the truth. So the truth, it trumps everything. The truth is the truth no matter what. No matter how many lies you believe, the truth is still there, right? And I feel like you've believed lies about yourself and like you've been rejected in the past, so maybe it causes you to already assume you're not going to be accepted or you're going to be seen in this certain light that others saw you in. But do you know there's billions of people in this world? I'm just saying there's a lot of unique souls, and I feel like the more you step out with being yourself and being in your truth and breaking through these limitations in your mind, the sooner you'll find these people. And I do believe on a deeper level you crave that, even if you're afraid of it. The Hermit. Okay, your spirit team is saying you've been in hiding a long time now. You have to come out of hiding. That's what you're afraid to face, I feel like, with the Moon and the Hermit. And you got to take note of the wolf and the dog, right? It's supposed to be a wolf and a dog. We've got the wolf there. So it's lone wolf energy. And I feel like your spirit team is really saying it doesn't have to be this way. Okay, so trust that there are other people like you even in hiding somewhere. I do believe that. The Tower reversed. So you're fearing some things that, I feel like they happened in the past, so it's kind of legit. But this is now. So maybe in the past you were excluded or not invited. Yeah, just like you didn't feel like you were seen for who you are and what you bring. This is the Page of Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles. You have a lot of skills and talents, and just like being yourself is what makes you, like, you are worthy. That's what I'm saying, is everybody is. We just have to find our tribe, right? Otherwise, yeah, you could spend a lifetime trying to fit in where you don't fit in. So maybe it's time to totally walk away from that when you already know that whatever this environment is that you're in, I feel like you already know it's not really fitting in for you, and maybe you've been feeling a call to some kind of new adventure. And then this one is the moon going into like a new moon, I believe. Let's take a look at it. That one feels like a new moon energy to me. So there's something about the moon and moon phases. You could be very into that. But I'm really getting that maybe the reason why you have so much like communication and feeling the presence of your guides, from your guides, you have all this communication because you are very alone. And I feel like for a time this was necessary. And now I feel like your guides are saying it's time to find other people, because yes, you're very in tune with the spiritual world. You are, and you know yourself inside and out. Maybe for a time you needed to get to know yourself, but now I feel like they're calling you out of hiding and knowing your worth, like knowing that the ones who want to be with you, here we got 3 of Cups. The ones who will value you, they won't find you if you're in hiding. Like you can still, I know a lot of you guys are introverted, so I always say, if you don't want to go out and find people, like you probably don't want to go to social events, but you can find a community online. Your guides will guide you to also where you need to be if you just open up a little bit. 3 of Cups, this is joy and friendship. Good times. Walk away from the false friends or the false version of yourself that has called in people who were not right for you, and then find the ones that are. Kyrnunos. Some people say Kyrnunos. I'm not sure. Or it could be Cernunos. I'm not 100%. This is the devil energy. Okay, I believe it is the devil energy. Yes, it is. So this is reversed. You got to face your shadows. Hold on. I'm going to put this one here. Because you're afraid of something ending, but it needs to end. The High Priestess reversed. So you're blocking your intuition here. There's something that you're meant to see, right, about your hermitness and your shadow. And the fact that you always identify with being so alone. And I feel like, again, you were meant to go into that, but now it's like you're almost going into so much solitude that it's going to be harder to get out of the longer you wait. Eight of Swords reversed, right? Face that anxiety. Set yourself free. You can set yourself free. You really can. It feels like it's going to be a lot harder than it is going to be. King of Pentacles. Yeah, stepping into more of this abundance. Two of Cups, beautiful. Princess of Wands, good news. Be open to the fact that there will be good news. There will be invitations for you from the right people. And those are the ones that you'll want to say yes to as well. But you cannot close yourself off to the possibility that this, or to the fact, rather, that this is possible for you. It is, okay? You're worthy of these companions. Love, equal give and take in relationships. So it doesn't have to be a lover. For some of you, maybe you are that lonely that you are like, maybe it's time I seek out a lover, and maybe you got burnt in the past, right? Others of you, it's just friendship. Some of you, it's both a lover and friends. It can be the Two of Cups, but it's harmony in relationships. And you also have the Three of Cups here. And then we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so you have a lot of, I feel like, protection, provision, even like maybe you're just comfortable at home. You're comfortable, like, say, snuggled up in your bed, watching your Netflix, whatever it may be. But it's like, it's almost like you're getting too comfortable. I feel like that's why this message has come across. All right, a little bit more information or confirmation from the Pulp Tarot. The Hanged Man reversed. Oh my goodness. So High Priestess reversed, Hanged Man reversed. That's a very stuck energy when it comes to opening up to your intuition. You're definitely meant to open up to your intuition. And maybe, like I said, you've done a lot of inner work, but there's something here your spirit team wants you to see that maybe you are a little bit afraid to see. Nine of Swords, anxiety, right? Yeah, it's getting to the point, I feel like, where you are, yeah, just kind of like getting in your head too much. That's what Nine of Swords is. Ten of Swords reversed. Put an end to this. This is the inevitable ending. And that's good news. It is. Ten of Swords is always, it's only up from here. You're not going to fall into this darkness. You're going to get out of it. I know you are. Page of Swords. A lot of page energies. Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Youthful energy. So maybe some of you are telling yourself, it's too late, I'm too old, that kind of thing. But no. You know, I feel like this youthful energy is going to return for you. Or maybe you have that intact someplace, and don't give up on that, because there's a part of you that knows that things can be different and be better for you. Let's get one more. One more card for this viewer, please, Spirit, to end this dragon message. King of Cups reversed. All right, so this is balance between, because we got King of Pentacles here, balance between material or logic. I know it's not King of Swords, but I am channeling in logic here just with this one here, and emotion. So there's a little bit of imbalance in both of these. There's something to do with the mind, new knowledge, be open to having a new insight for sure, right? With Ace of Swords as well. That's going to break you past this Nine of Swords energy and put this Ten of Swords to rest, because it's already reversed. I feel like you're coming out of it. You're realizing that you have to. Some part of you does realize that. And yes, it's great to have our team and our spirit guides and be so in tune with communication with the other side, but I feel like you need to get out there in the world again for whoever this is meant for. So please let me know if this was your message in the comments below. I do read all of your comments. I appreciate you guys. Like and share this video if you feel like it would help somebody else today. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the links are in my bio to do so. And please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you would like more readings from me. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. This is reading number 4 with the prayer card. So I feel like you've recently done a prayer. And I always tell people, doesn't mean you're in a prayer posture speaking out loud or even under your breath kind of thing, but it's your intention, it's your mind. So you could have recently changed your mind or opened your mind up to something new. Let's get more into it. And I'll just show you the dragon stone as well. kind of old at this point, but I do love this stone. It's so beautiful. All right, let's get into it with the Druid Craft Tarot deck today. What does this viewer need to know about their mind, their intention, their prayer? I'm going to go with the bottom. Two of them are coming out. The Fool and the Three of Wands. So you're open, right? I said open mind, open to opportunities. And then we have the Fool. So that is a beautiful energy. There's something new brewing here. Definitely. You're seeing the opportunities rather than the obstacles. You could have faced some fears to do this too, but this feels overall very positive starting out. King of Cups reversed. More info. The Devil. All right, so I feel like you're facing something, some kind of limitation. That's interesting because prayer and the devil on either side. Yeah, okay, so there could be something in the shadows still that maybe arises once in a while, but I feel like you're learning your confidence in following your emotions, which, you know, some people follow more logic and then some people follow more of like their emotions and their intuition. I feel like this is a time to really follow your emotions as teachers. And maybe you feared that in the past, like you can't trust them because you've thought of them to be more devilish or something like this, or sinful. Take that how it resonates. But something about your emotions is important now because I feel like you're in a very healed place too, so you can trust yourself. And your emotions are indicators, you know, they teach you about what you really want or what you do not want. So we got the Three of Cups reversed. This is a lack of joy here. A lack of community, perhaps. Page of Pentacles. Maybe you've been praying for more community, and this has been coming out in, I feel like, every message now. So if you chose more than one, there could be multiple messages here to do with that specifically. And I keep saying with this Princess of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles is you have talents, you have skills that can earn you money, or just like, if it's not money, it can be the love that you want from community, or something that you can contribute to community that you're being asked to use here. And you could already be aware of that. 3-3. And the Fool and the new beginning with your gifts and talents, or coming out with who you are. That's significant. You can trust yourself is what I'm getting. We've got the Ferret. This one came out before. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. This is Druidcraft. I'm not quite familiar with how to pronounce all the words, but this one is the Temperance card in Tarot. So yeah, and that's really interesting because I said logic versus emotion. So I feel like you're balancing that. It's body, soul, and spirit with the Temperance, and it's all three need to be in balance. So something about your emotions needs to be balanced right now. And as I said, you can trust yourself. I feel like some guidance is coming through in your emotions. This is 8 of Cups, so this is also emotions again. This is refusing to walk away from something though, when it's reverse. There's a little bit of a fear, or I'm reading this more as now walking into something rather, because I did mention the devil energy could be causing a bit of fear or holding you back. So yeah, this 8 of Cups, it feels like there is a fear of moving forward because you don't quite trust if your emotions are misleading you or if they can be trusted. And I'm getting that you can trust yourself. King of Pentacles reversed. So a lot of similar energies coming out today. Let's see. I want more info on this. 7 of Cups. I feel like you are somebody who feels like they have to choose between one or the other, and the Temperance is saying you don't. Like, you don't have to choose between the 3D and the 5D, you know, or spirituality and materiality. It's all connected. So I keep saying like, and hearing the word sinner. So you could struggle with that, like feeling like, oh, I'm bad, I'm a sinner, beat yourself up kind of energy. So it causes you to have like analysis paralysis sometimes and indecision. But that's what you need to know is whether you're working on your material world, you know, you're still in tune with the spiritual world. You don't have to divide them up so much. Like, you are always with spirit and you are a part of this material world. Ace of Pentacles. So there is like a blockage here again to do with your materiality and your, yeah, I'm not getting logic necessarily with this, but it can be for some of you. Maybe I'm getting like Taurus energy. You could be very hardened in a specific mindset that's hard to break out of, but you're ready. Like we started out with these energies, you know, you are ready. This is, I feel like, what you're leaving behind more so with the reversals. All right, let's get into the other deck. I was going to keep going, but I feel like let's get into the second tarot deck, which is the Pulp Tarot. What else does this viewer need to know? The 3 of Cups reversed again, so we have the double confirmation, and then the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, this is again heart and money. You can let go is what I'm seeing, right? you can trust, because here he's gripping the money, like he's scared. And this could be you like going into another level of initiation with your spirituality as well. You're afraid to let go and see something here. Or as I said, trust yourself, or trust that you're still going to have stability. And you really have a distrust of people, I feel like. At least certain people. This could go along with the last pile as well, pile number 3. And because you have 3 of Cups twice, so I feel like you're definitely cautious when it comes to investing in people and friendships. And I feel like you want it though. Like you want to have people that understand you. So I feel like every pile today is a very misunderstood collective of people. Wheel of Fortune, but things aren't going to change unless you make the choice to change it. That's what I'm getting. And there's so much abundance out there for you if you do decide to do so, right? Right now, you could be sorting some kind of things out in your karma, I'm also seeing. Maybe you're praying a lot to do like your own self-healing or having revelations. I'm getting that. This one was really peeking out to me. Knight of Wands, confidence, moving forward. And it's like marching to the beat of your own drum, you know? And he's driving this unique car. So something about you super unique. I feel like you struggle with letting the world see that. Queen of Cups, right? This is you at home, comfortable with yourself, but like opening up that part of you to the world is something you need to get more confident about. And that's where the devil could come back in your mind, you know, that energy of trying to stop you from forward movement. But this is part of your alchemy. This is part of transmuting the energies. Any more messages for this viewer? 9 of Wands reversed. You can give up some things, you know, in prayer too. Like as I was saying, I don't know if I said transcendence, but transcendence is coming through too. Like you can transcend what it is that you feel is a struggle and ask your team to take the wheel. Oh my goodness, yeah, and it's landing by the wheel. So ask your team to take the wheel for a time. That's something you could pray about. And again, prayer can just be your intention in your mind here, because there's something of you needing to always like hold everything together. And there's a little bit of a distrust energy when it comes to the heart and to having harmonious relationships or letting go of how money is going to come to you. Like it's a bunch of things. And I feel like you need to sort of let go of all these like high standards you have for everything. What else? One last card, please, Spirit. One last card, this one here. We have the Chariot reversed. So yeah, if you want to move forward, ask for that help that you need. That prayer could be significant as to asking for what you want. 7 of Cups, making the decision on what you want and then asking for it, because you do have free will. Your guides and your team, they don't interfere unless you ask. And I feel like you're opening up to that more, right? We started out the energy of saying you are more open to the opportunities. You're ready with the Fool. Like there's this very ready energy, but then there's a little bit of fear of judgment, or perhaps you more so judging yourself. I don't feel like it's coming from outside of you. You definitely fear that it will though. So whatever it is, this part of yourself that you're meant to come out with more and share, definitely, I feel like the time is ripe for that. And prayer is going to get you there, since you were drawn into the prayer card or the purple dragon. So it's royal energy as well with the dark purple. Purple could be significant. You could be wearing purple, or that could just be a color that you love. But I feel like you're also like royalty. There's something about your energy that's very rich and royal in itself. Even if you're worried about money, which I feel like you do have money, at least you're not hard done by. You could have more though. That's what I'm seeing. And your spirit team wants you to step into more royalty, but it does have to do with connections. Like you may meet people you don't mean to meet, or you don't know that you're going to meet, but there's somehow a part of your story. And if you don't open up to that, you're never going to know, right? You're going to miss out on opportunities, but I feel like you're definitely ready. You just need to let your guard down when it comes to spirit, at least first of all. And then I think that will be sort of the way you start to open up to relationships outside of yourself as well. So I'm going to leave it at that. Please take care of yourselves. If you enjoyed this video, please like and save it. Perhaps if you want to come back and see how things change for you in say like a month's time. I'm getting like a month could be significant for the transformation period. Subscribe for more video content if you enjoyed these readings here on my page. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the links are in my bio. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.